Hello.
Okay, I'll admit, I make plans that go wrong all the time.
Yeah. So we're seeing plans that didn't go as expected. Part 5.
I'll go out
I'm watching part 5.
and buy milk and get the wrong kind. Or
Jeez.
I'll accidentally reveal my face in a video and have to delete it immediately.
Oh.
You guys just aren't ready for that yet. Fortunately, there are plenty of people out there whose plans have taken a much worse turn than mine.
Yeah,
Some explosive
for sure.
miscalculations,
Jeez.
bullying backfires. Let's take a look at even more plans that didn't go as expected.
Okay, yeah. So seeing plans that didn't go as expected. Welcome.
Firework fail.
Oh, fireworks.
Every
That's not
year
good.
on the 4th of July, some 500,000 people gather on the shores of San Diego
Cool.
for the annual Big Bay Boom. It's one of the most logistically complex fireworks displays in the world, spanning 14 miles across 5 locations.
Wow.
And in 2012, it had more than 7,000 fireworks ready to go for a 17-minute long display. The first ones would be launched at 9 p.m., and everyone who gathered along the shore was hyped. But then suddenly,
Okay, but before this happens, if you didn't understand, it happens on the Bay of San Francisco, I think it was. I don't know, I didn't hear it properly. But yeah, it happens on a bay and it's a firework display. That means they shoot out fireworks in the sky for you to view and for you to enjoy it. So like people are gathered here, over 5,000 people, 500,000 people. So yeah, let's continue.
at 8:55 p.m., this happened.
8:57. Jeez! What on earth, bro? That's so big! People are filming this!
This is insane. Yeah, that definitely didn't look
Yeah.
or sound
Yeah.
right. In the space of just 15 seconds, every single firework exploded prematurely across
Jeez.
all locations. In less than a minute, the show was over. And no one was more disappointed than the organizers, Garden State Fireworks. The entire display was digitally coordinated using a computer program to synchronize all the launches across all locations. But someone had accidentally doubled all the code of the primary launch sequence, which wasn't picked
that's
up
not
before
good.
it was sent to the different locations, forcing all the fireworks to launch at once. Well, I reckon someone was probably fired for that massive mistake. Hopefully
Yeah.
not up into the air with the fireworks. Facelift fiasco.
We are
In
reacting
the
to
last
this.
decade, South Korea has become a
Just telling, I didn't do any of the research. Full credit to this person. Not sure if I can tell their name, but yeah, full credit to whoever did this, but I didn't create it.
hub for cheap professional
We are
cosmetic
reacting.
surgery. So much so that many clinics advertise plastic surgery travel packages to
Oh,
encourage tourists
cool.
to get a little work done abroad.
Cool.
But back in 2017, it became clear that these travel packages came with a few hiccups. 3 Chinese tourists had flown over to the
Hiccups,
capital
not
city
good.
of Seoul, gotten a
Seoul.
few facelifts, and then headed back to the airport to fly back to China. Only their
Facelifts.
faces had been so radically altered and heavily bandaged that
Sorry.
they looked nothing like their passport photos.
I'm sorry for
Unable
you.
to confirm their identity, the 3 women were not allowed to board their plane and were held for questioning by airport authorities. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't even think their own mothers would have recognized them.
Wow, okay, maybe not so far, but
For luck.
yeah.
Have you ever
For
tossed
luck.
a coin into a body of water for luck? Like throwing a penny in a wishing well or a quarter in a fountain. It's a gesture that stems from
No, I would if I could.
ancient traditions the world over, where people would symbolically pay to pray to their gods.
Oh.
But sometimes the answer to a prayer is straight up no, as this lady on the left found out.
Oh. Oh, jeez!
You're meant to throw 1 coin, Susan, not all the coins.
I'm not sure if Susan is her real name, but Don't go ask any Susan, did you do that? I'm not sure if her actual name is Susan. So.
Well, Susan may have lost her bag and dignity to the sea, but it could have been worse. Back in 2020, a first-time flyer in China decided to bless his plane with good luck by throwing coins right into the engine. Ironically, throwing foreign objects into a plane engine is a pretty surefire way of ensuring you don't arrive safely at your destination.
That's
After
accurate.
the ground team of the coincidentally named Lucky Air found a few coins near the plane's left engine, they quizzed the passenger, who happily admitted it. The flight was grounded due to safety concerns. The 162 other passengers had their flight delayed, and legal action was taken against the luckless coin flinger. He was eventually charged 120,000 yuan, roughly $19,000, for the disruption. Well, let's hope he didn't try to add a little luck in the courtroom by flinging coins at the judge. Trial by Zoom. Is there anything funnier than watching boomers and old people working out how to use technology? Video conferencing software Zoom is always a good one, because the camera usually ends up pointed in a weird direction, and helping them figure out the mic settings is near impossible. But back in 2020, when the pandemic hit and Zoom was the only way a lot of people could continue doing business, a peak boomer moment happened. During a civil forfeiture case, lawyer Rod Ponton planned to appear before a judge on the 394th Judicial District Court in Texas over Zoom. But when he logged in, there was something a little unprofessional about his appearance.
If you have a filter turned on in the video settings, you might want to take
we're
a
trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Don't blame Jerry up there for cracking a smile. Apparently Rod's child had used his laptop before him and had left the filter on, but Rod had no idea how to turn it off. Now, seeing how hard it is for some people to find the right button, let me make this next bit real easy. You see the big thumbs up and subscribe button below? Yeah, pretty hard to miss. Give them a click if you want even more videos like this in the future.
Yeah, do that.
Great, what have we got next? Hella Halloween.
Okay.
Admit it, everyone loves a good costume party. Nothing beats seeing someone dressed up as a cactus or a sheaf of corn in a costume they clearly made themselves. God-tier creativity there. But sometimes making a costume yourself comes with a catch, as Oyam Labanan found out the hard way. They decided to dress up as a balloon bouquet for a Halloween party, painting their face bright blue to fit in with a bunch of balloons they'd taped to their head. There was just one problem. After the party, the face paint wouldn't come off. They scrubbed over and over, but the blue paint had stained the skin on their hands and face. After 45 minutes of scrubbing, they changed tack and started using micellar water, before desperately resorting to olive oil. But another 45 minutes, the stain was still pretty obvious. So they gave up and went to bed. Now, one might be wondering how a simple face paint can cause this much chaos. Well, blue face paints can leach into the skin, and because their contrast against most skin tones is so dark, they show up as a stain compared to other colors. But back to Oyam. Getting desperate, they eventually decided to use bleach on their skin to get the remainder off. I really shouldn't have to say this, but never ever use toxic or corrosive products on your skin unless you want to end up with chemical burns. Now, initially, I didn't think this face paint could have been that bad, but I looked up the brand she used, and there's almost 30 one-star reviews online, with all of them claiming the blue paint wouldn't shift from their skin. Well, if you plan on painting your entire face in the future, might I suggest reading the product reviews first? Funny face swaps. Back in 2014, the very first face swap filter apps hit online stores. These apps use innovative technology that scans an image for patterns of contrast, typically of facial contours. Then it uses a statistical model to pick out specific facial features. allowing it to swap two faces and semi-accurately map one person's features onto another. The results are almost always hilarious, but the technology isn't perfect, because there are a lot of things that look like faces. For example, this guy was trying to face swap with his baby, but the filter recognized his nostrils and mustache as his eyes and mouth, resulting in this nightmare fuel. This woman on a plane was trying to face swap with the woman next to her, but the algorithm found a face in the two lights and AC grill above, leading to this monstrosity.
This is scary.
But it could be worse. This lady tried to get a fun little face swap with her doggo, only to find her face replaced with its nose.
Oh my god.
Well, it's okay. I never wanted to sleep again anyway. Bullying backfire. There are losers, there are cowards, and then there are bullies. The absolute bottom of the barrel variety human. People who make themselves feel better by putting others down unnecessarily are just pathetic. But sadly, these are the kind of people Whitney Kropp had to deal with back in 2012. As a sophomore at Ogama Heights High School, Whitney had been bullied relentlessly by some of her classmates over the years. But they stooped to a whole new level of low when they voted Whitney into the homecoming court, just to try and show her up in front of the entire school. Initially, Whitney was delighted to have been nominated, but her heart broke when she learned it had been done as a sick joke, and the male student who was elected with her had withdrawn. She would have to face the entire school alone, knowing they had only put her there to humiliate her. What a sick thing to do. Fortunately, Whitney was about to turn everything around. News spread on Facebook of what had happened, and she suddenly received many donations from strangers to help her get the homecoming dress, hair, and makeup of her dreams. And then, when it was time to face the school, the entire town turned up with placards and messages of support for Whitney. National news outlets put a spotlight on the event, and students from other schools and towns even showed up, all cheering for Whitney. The bully's plan had backfired horribly. And all while Whitney was having the time of her life. Well, whoever they are, I reckon those bullies will never forget their homecoming celebration, or the lesson it taught them.
Yeah.
Dead end.
Oh.
They say if you're prepared to do the crime, be prepared to do the time. But this was something Rafael Valadao and 3 others thought they could bypass back in 2012. Confined in a prison in Scariest, Brazil, the creative convicts had loosened a metal shower pipe, and at 2 a.m., without the knowledge of the guards, they used it to batter through a section of wall in their cell. The first of them squeezed through the jagged concrete gap and escaped down the corridor on the other side. But their plan fell apart when Raphael, who was a little larger than the first guy, promptly got stuck in the hole. His top half was home free, but his traitorously big belly and backside wouldn't budge. His cellmates tried to push him through, but it was no use. Raphael was stuck. Raphael wailed for help, but when the guards turned up, they mocked him ruthlessly before calling the fire brigade to cut him out of the wall. So instead of a low-key prison escape, these embarrassing photos of Raphael were plastered all over the news as he recovered in hospital.
That's not good.
Talk about being criminally dumb. Butt of the joke. Corgis have some of the cutest little butts around. They're super fluffy and funny, even though many of them don't have a tail. That's because Pembrokeshire Welsh Corgis, for instance, have their tails docked at birth, as they're traditionally a cattle herding dog, and having a tail only puts them in danger of being stomped on. Today, many different Corgis sport the tailless look, but a new butt trend sweeping the internet has inspired owners to take their precious pooches down to the groomer. Why? To get a heart butt. It involves carefully cutting the thick fur on the dog's rear into a cute little heart shape, which looks super sweet. But, remember to be specific when asking your groomer to shave a heart into your dog's butt. Otherwise, they might misunderstand, and your pooch could end up like this. This is apparently the exact mistake Twitter user The World Police made.
Oh, no.
Well, at least the dog seems to like it.
Please.
A meaningful tattoo.
Yes.
We all have a favorite YouTube video. Mine's a video of a seal someone put captions on. A classic. Gets me every time. But as much as I love it, I'm not sure I'd get a QR code linking to the video tattooed on my leg. like this guy did. Back in 2019, this avid Club Atletico River Plate fan decided to get a QR code linking to a video of some of his team's greatest goals in hilariously crappy quality. The tattoo was undeniably complex, but amazingly, the link worked. Okay, despite the quality, this is kind of genius, right? But before you all go getting QR code tattoos linking to your own favorite videos, this didn't go quite to plan. You see, the video, called La Gloria Eterna, used a piece of music that wasn't copyright free. Yeah, anyone familiar with YouTube's trigger-happy copyright hammer knows where I'm going with this. Mere days after the fan got his tattoo, the video was taken down by the copyright owner of the music for unauthorized use. This left our soccer fan with a huge QR code tattooed on his leg that led to a black screen which read, "Video not available." Move. But the gods of soccer were smiling on this fan, and after a few months, the video was luckily reinstalled. Talk about being touch and go at halftime. Build your own burger backfire.
What?
McDonald's is a business that's always jumping on new marketing crazes that'll help them sell even more burgers. So over in New Zealand back in 2016, as interactive promotions started to take off, McDonald's HQ decided to test a brand new create your own burger campaign. It was simple. Customers could design and name their own burger online for free. When they ordered it in the store, they'd be rewarded with free fries and a drink. But this is the internet. Nothing is safe. Heck, we couldn't even be trusted to name a boat via poll that one time. Sorry, Bodie McBoatface. And with that said, McDonald's unmoderated campaign went about as well as you could expect. Here are a few of my personal favorites. The Super Mayo, North Korea Ration, The Carbonator, Girth, Bag of Lettuce, The Sad European,
What?
Who Farted. The list goes on. And those were some of the tamer ones. Needless to say, McDonald's had massively misjudged the campaign. Hundreds of unmoderated submissions were being posted before this site was taken down. I guess you could say they ordered this McCampaign to go. Military action.
Okay, what's
If
this?
adverts and movies are anything to go by, the USA would have to believe that serving in the military is all armor, ships, tanks, and cool guns. But we all know these adverts are staged, and that a real battlefield is horrifyingly different than a Hollywood set. That said, soldiers are still some of the bravest people among us, even though many have been negatively affected by harrowing, death-defying experiences. But whoever was in charge of the U.S. Army's Twitter account back in 2019 appeared to be blissfully ignorant of this. They posted the question, "How has serving impacted you?" clearly expecting everyone to line up to post nothing but praise for the military. Instead, they were flooded with responses from rightfully angry veterans and family members who'd suffered from depression, anxiety, destroyed hearing, pain, grief, lost limbs, and lost lives. The backlash from the thousands of replies that exposed some of the cold, hard realities of serving was so great, Time magazine ran an article about it. Definitely not the winning PR strategy they thought this tweet would prompt.
Just close your eyes.
Permanent parody pox.
What's this?
When you were a kid, did you ever pretend to be sick so you could stay home from school?
No.
You know, the old run the thermometer under hot water to pretend you have a fever trick?
No.
Or the mix up some canned veg and leave it in the toilet like it's vomit trick? Yeah, I really hated school. But not as much as Lily Schooley from the UK does. Back in
I love school. Never doing that.
2019, the then 6-year-old noticed her friends had to stay home from school for a few days when they caught the chicken pox, a mild but highly contagious infection. This gave Lily a brilliant idea. She used a red pen to draw dots all over her legs, face, and hands, chicken pox style. No school for her! There was just one problem with her plan, though. She accidentally used permanent marker. So not only did Lily's mom see straight through the red-faced lie, but Lily also had to go to school covered in bright red dots. Well, Lily, I have to give an A+ for effort, but an F for execution.
Oh no.
Gender reveal gone wrong.
Oh no, this is
During
way
the late
worse.
2000s, a weird new trend began sweeping the US: gender reveal parties. Expecting parents would cut into a cake or pop a balloon revealing blue for a boy or pink for a girl. But it didn't stop there. The trend started to spread, and these reveals got bigger and weirder by the day. From setting off colored smoke bombs in the park, to influencers lighting up the entire Burj Khalifa in their baby's gender colors. But one that really left a mark, though not in a good way, happened in Arizona in 2017. A Border Patrol agent and his wife set up a huge package filled with colored powder in the middle of the Arizona brush. It was rigged with tannerite, an explosive substance designed to detonate when shot. But once they hit the trigger, it wasn't just the package that went up with smoke.
Oh no! It's a fire! Oh, that's not good. At least we can see a little bit of blue there, right? Or is that...
See that fire?
I don't know.
They didn't put it out. This eventually became the Sawmill Fire, a deadly wildfire that scorched more than 47,000 acres of land, causing more than $8.2 million of damage. The
What?
ignorant agent was forced to pay back $220,000 in restitution after pleading guilty to starting the fire a few months later. All that just to learn they were having a boy. Really doesn't seem worth it, does it?
Yeah.
Do the splits. Weddings can be some of the best parties on earth. You get all dressed up, witness the power of love, drink the free bar dry, and remember the day with some hilarious snaps. Crazier the better, right? Well, not always. Groomsman Lee Coleman was part of a photo shoot for his best friend's wedding when he decided to pull out some moves to really make the pictures pop. But that wasn't the only thing that popped. The seam on his trousers burst, splitting right up the middle. And this was right before the ceremony. He hastily employed the help of a nearby bridesmaid who ended up sewing and taping him into the pants, just in time for the big event. Luckily, the bridesmaid did such a good job, the emergency fix apparently lasted all the way through the reception. Well, at least he was wearing fresh underwear. I hope.
Oh.
Man's best enemy. Dogs are pretty intuitive creatures that can usually tell when something's wrong with their owner. There have been stories of dogs alerting others that their owner's unconscious, and others that have even jumped on their owner's chests, giving them a form of CPR that's saved them from heart attacks. But not all dogs are heroes. In fact, some are villains, as Haley Diekman found out when she filmed her dog Duncan's reaction to her pretending to choke.
Look away, look away, look away, you know the classic game. Okay. Oh yeah, just look there. Yeah. Just check. And just, yeah, go away. Yeah. Oh my god! What's wrong with the dog? I didn't think... What? That was the last thing I thought. Oh my god. Now let's play it back. Play it back. In case you didn't see. Okay, I'll explain everything. So the girl goes, she's pretending, the camera's on. She pretends to choke. And then, she pretends to fall down, of course. And then the dog's like checking her, okay? It's like what? Touching her, like clicking her, trying to get her awake. It's not getting awake. She's not getting awake. So it opens the drawer and takes a knife. That little murderer. That was the last thing I thought. I thought it would like walk away and be funny or something. Or it would like jump out or it would like jump on her or just hit the camera or something. I never thought it would take out a knife.
Haley seemed to think Duncan would try to save her, but after grabbing a knife from a holder on the kitchen cabinet, it seemed like Duncan just wanted to finish the job.
Oh.
Either that or this dog was prepared to try his hand at emergency surgery to save his owner's life. Why do you guys think he grabbed the knife? Let me know down in the comments.
Yeah, on my
Dangerous
comments.
denial. When it comes to the sea of conspiracy theories, at the shallow end we have those who believe that the moon landing was a hoax and that the earth is flat. These are pretty harmless, if not hilarious. But at the deep end lies a conspiracy theory that's way more harmful. That COVID-19, the virus that has claimed the lives of more than 6 million people to date,
Jeez.
doesn't exist. This is what Sydney-based preacher and healer Mohammed Shah idiotically claimed to the public throughout 2020. He preached that COVID vaccines were ineffective and that the pandemic was a myth. Instead, he encouraged his followers to come to his healing center, where he would cure them of any ailments using natural remedies. Sounds like his plan was just to drive up his own sales, if you ask me. But in 2021, Shah's plan to prove COVID didn't exist suddenly fell apart. How? Well, obviously he caught COVID. He closed the healing center claiming it was a common cold, but 5 days later, he was taken to the hospital, where doctors confirmed he had contracted the virus and was in a serious state. His family asked his followers to pray for him, with one suggesting he drink hot lemon water to speed up his recovery. Yeah, that'll do it. Luckily, Shah recovered, but since then he seems to have quieted down about COVID being a fake.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why.
Good.
Caffeine fail. If you're a caffeine fiend, like me, you'll know that cutting down on things like coffee and energy drinks can be a nightmare. Caffeine itself acts as a central nervous stimulant, helping you feel more awake. However, an over-reliance on it can leave you feeling sluggish. So
Yeah.
when one Reddit user and coffee lover decided to get in the best mindset possible for their big upcoming law exam, they chose to quit coffee altogether. For a whole month, they studied hard and didn't touch the stuff. Then, right before the big exam, they downed a cup of the delicious morning brown. They thought it would give them the boost they needed to feel more awake during the exam. Pretty smart thinking. But that's not all that happened. You see, caffeine isn't just a stimulant, it's also a laxative. Meaning that as well as getting a boost, this poor law student had to rush to the bathroom and spent 30 minutes of precious exam time battling a bout of explosive diarrhea. Oh boy, what a crappy decision.
Jeez.
Which of these plans do you think ended in the
Yeah. Okay. So that's the end of the video. Where is this? Let's enter the QR code. Thank you guys for watching that video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, share the video. Thank you guys for watching and bye.